Choctaws Baseball is on the air. Mississippi College Choctaws Baseball is brought to you by Regions Bank, by the Mississippi Farm Bureau, by Chick-fil-A, by Trustmark, by Fuzzy's Taco Shop, by the Hampton Inn of Clinton, by Ryder Ferguson Funeral Homes, and by Renaissance Bank. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Natick's Burn Field here on the campus of Christian Brothers University in Memphis, where today the Mississippi College Choctaws open up a three-game Gulf South Conference series against the Buccaneers of CBU. I'm Reed Vance. Thanks for joining us on this cloudy Friday afternoon. Once again, the weather is forced to change in the schedule from 2 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday, to now 1 on Friday and 2 on Saturday. We'll play a game here starting at about 15 minutes. Game 1 of this series, and then games 2 and 3 tomorrow beginning at noon here in Memphis. And the Mississippi College Choctaws playing some of their best baseball of the season, getting hot at just the right time. They're 19-12 entering this ball game, 12-5 in Gulf South Conference play. They're coming off a three-game series sweep over the Montevallo Falcons last weekend. Been a tough year for Christian Brothers at 8-22 overall. They're 4-14 in league play. Currently in 12th place in the GSC, but trying to turn it around under third-year head coach Lee Parks. The Buccaneers will send Gil Irwin to the mound in Game 1 of the series this afternoon. The Choctaws will counter with Chris Crosby. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have a conversation with MC head coach Jeremy Hayworth when Choctaws baseball continues in a moment. Back to Memphis as we're now about 13 minutes or so away from the first pitch of this afternoon's game between the Choctaws and the Bucs of CBU. Again, the Choctaws are playing some of their best baseball of the season. Had a chance to talk about that and other things earlier today with MC head coach Jeremy Hayworth. Thanks to MC head coach Jeremy Hayworth for his time earlier this afternoon. It's the Choctaws and the Buccaneers in Game 1 of this Gulf South Conference Series. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, and we'll take a look at what else is going on around the Gulf South Conference this weekend. That's next when MC Baseball continues in a moment.
Number 29, Garrett Reason Kirkhoff. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 9, Bailey Jones.
All right, back to Memphis as we're just about set for baseball here this afternoon. The Choctaws and the Christian Brothers Buccaneers.
Batting eighth, the catcher.
Elsewhere in the Gulf South Conference this weekend, West Florida at Union, Auburn Montgomery at Shorter, Alabama Huntsville at West Alabama, Delta State at Lee, Valdosta State at Montevallo will be the first start of the weekend series. Later on this afternoon, Shorter hosting Auburn Montgomery and West Alabama hosting Alabama Huntsville at 5. Union starts their series at 6:30 tonight. Time for our national anthem here at the ballpark, so we'll step aside, come back, give you the starting lineups. So the first pitch when MC Baseball continues in a moment.
As we honor America.
Let's give you the starting lineup, first of all, for the visiting Mississippi College Choctaws under fourth-year head coach Jeremy Hayworth. Dylan Duplashane will lead it off and play right field. Grant Barber's at second. He'll bat second. First baseman Blaine Krim hits third. Billy Cameron at third base hits cleanup. Chauncey Collier's in left field. He'll bat fifth. Catcher Brandon Broussard hits sixth. Will Godfrey, the DH, he'll bat seventh. Luke Yancey in center field hits eighth. And Hunter Sykes, the shortstop, will bat ninth. On the mound for MC, right-hander Chris Crosby. For the Christian Brothers Buccaneers under third-year head coach Lee Parks, Kyle Heinman, the third baseman, will lead things off. Keegan Voss in left field hits second. Jaime Soto, the shortstop, hits third. J.D. Goodspeed is the first baseman. He'll hit cleanup. Garrett Reason Kirkhoff is the second baseman. He'll bat fifth. Right fielder Bailey Jones hits sixth. Jeff Goodwin in center field hits seventh. Luke Weavers is the catcher. He'll bat eighth. And Larry Hubbard, the designated hitter, will bat in the number 9 spot. And on the mound for Christian Brothers here in this first game of 3 this weekend is number 16, left-hander Gil Irwin. Gil Irwin, a senior out of Covington, Tennessee, went to Tipton Rosemark Academy. And the numbers on Irwin coming in. He's 1-6, ERA of 6.7. This will be his 9th start. 49 2/3 innings. He's given up 74 hits. He's walked 25, and he struck out a team-high 38. Opponents hitting .343 against Irwin this season. Christian Brothers in their home red tops, trimmed in gray and white. White pants, red hats. Choctaws in their road grays, trimmed in navy blue. Cloudy sky, 67 degrees here at game time in Memphis on this Friday afternoon, the first Friday of April. Thanks for joining us. And Gil Irwin ready to go. The first pitch of the ball game is taken for a strike, and we're underway a little bit early today. 1:56 p.m. No balls, one strike, the count to the Choctaw right fielder Dylan Duplaszane, hitting .281. Check swing, did he go? The appeal, and he did. And he's behind to the count, no balls and 2 strikes. And as you hear, we're in the flight path from Memphis International Airport. So we'll probably be hearing airplanes all afternoon and all day tomorrow as well. No balls, 2 strikes to Dylan Duplaszane. Ground ball right side, that's through for a hit. And Duplaszane is aboard. And Grant Barber will come to the plate for Mississippi College. Barber hitting .327 of the season. This is game number 32 for MC.
Grant Barber.
And the top 3 hitters for the Choctaws, Krim, Barber, and Cameron, have started every game, along with Dylan Duplaszane at the top of the lineup for the Choctaws. Barber shows bunt. The pitch is low. It got away from the catcher momentarily, but not far enough for Duplaszane to advance. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to Grant Barber, with Duplaszane at first. Nobody out in the first inning. Third baseman in on the lip of the grass. 1-0 pitch is a bunt. The pitcher will field. He'll go to second with the throw, and he got him, and the return throw to first, not in time. So Gil Irwin did not hesitate. He turned and threw to second base, made a good throw, and they get Dylan Duplaszane for the first out of the inning. Force play is the first out of the game at second base. Fielder's choice for Grant Barber, and here's Blaine Krim, the Choctaws' leading hitter at .341, 7 homers, 37 driven in. And there's a pretty good chance that this weekend Blaine Krim will become the Choctaws' career hits leader. He needs 2 hits to tie Richie Hines and 3 hits to take sole possession of first place on the Choctaw career hits leaderboard. The way he's been hitting this season, you'd think that just might happen this weekend here in Memphis. A ground ball up the middle, and he's 1 hit closer. So Blaine Krim with a single on the first pitch. And the Choctaws have runners at first and second with 1 out. And so for Blaine Krim, that's hit number 227.
Batting fourth, third baseman number 10, Billy Cameron.
And the Choctaws have runners at first and second with 1 out for Billy Cameron. No score, we're just underway. Top of the first inning here in Memphis. Billy Cameron will come to the plate for MC, hitting .318. And the first pitch. Breaking ball over for a strike. Good pitch by Irwin. 0-1 the count. Billy did not have a particularly good weekend at the plate last weekend, but he hit the ball hard several times. Didn't get a lot to show for it. He was walked intentionally 3 times. The 0-1 pitch. Chopper to the third baseman. And he'll look for the tag, and he gets the man there, and that's going to keep the Choctaws out of the double play. It winds up being a pretty good base running play by Grant Barber as he hesitated, baited Hindman into going for the tag rather than going for what could have been a double play to end the inning. So Barber is the second out. Trying to go to third base on that ground ball. Krim is to second. Cameron's aboard at first on a fielder's choice. And here's Chauncey Collier. First and second now 2 outs. Every hitter's reached base in some form or fashion for the Choctaws. 2 singles, 2 force plays. Irwin's first pitch to Collier's a fastball away. 1 ball, no strikes. Collier's batting average on the rise. He's hitting .317 now. The Choctaws as a team, their batting average on the rise at .273 entering this ball game. Strike on the inside edge. Good pitch by Gil Irwin. Fooled Collier. He didn't bait after it, and the count is 1-1. Choctaw team batting average good enough for 7th in the Gulf South Conference. 1-1 pitch is low when the count moves to 2-1. Defensively for Christian Brothers in the outfield, left to right, Voss, Goodwin, and Jones. Infield, third to first, Heinman, Soto, Reason, Kirchhoff, and Goodspeed. Weavers behind the plate, and Gil Irwin on the mound. 2 balls, 1 strike to Chauncey Collier. Breaking ball, a strike on the outside edge, and the count 2-2. MC trying to pick up a run in the first inning. All 4 hitters have reached. Now 2 are on, 2 are out. Irwin looks the runner back at second of the pitch. Is swung on, lifted down the right field line. Jones toward the line, toward the corner, and it drops foul. This is a pretty deep right field here at Naticksburn Field. It's 350 down the right field line. I don't think that would have been a home run had it been, say, at Frierson Field, where it's 330 down the line. It did slice well foul, but it would have been over the fence. Don't see a distance on the left field line, but it looks to be about the same. 2 balls, 2 strikes, still the count to Chauncey Collier. And Irwin with the pitch. Looped foul back off to the right. And Collier lost his bat. He'll have to go back to pick it up. Still 2-2. Sun popping out this afternoon. Cloudy skies in the forecast for today, but no more rain today, and sprinkles tomorrow afternoon until the rain comes in tomorrow evening here in the Memphis area. We should be able to get all of our games in. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Collier. They did a good job to get this field ready to go here this afternoon. We were going to try to start at noon, but they gave it a couple of extra hours to dry off and work on it a bit. 2-2 pitch in on his hands. Collier swings and misses, and the inning is over. So the Choctaws get 4 runners on base in the first inning, but do not score. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the first inning. It's the Choctaws, nothing of the Buccaneers coming up.
Yeah. The dash is busy, the schedule busy. My head in a hoodie, my shorty a goodie. My cousins are crazy, my cousins like boogie. Life is amazing, it is what it should be. Been here for 10, but I feel like a rookie. I tell her look up, cause it's snowing in Tootsies. Booked for 3 years, man, you can't even book me. It's me and Lil Baby going crazy. Weezy produced it, and Weezy have made me. And she held it down, so she got a Mercedes. Young Money Records, the Army, the Navy. It ran me 10,000, I threw it like Brady. The foreign is yellow like Tracy and Katie. I trusted my they never betray me. Met all these they sweeter than Sadie. When I started out, I just took what they gave me. Did all the favors, they never repay me. It worked in my favor, cause nobody saved me.
Brand new whip, got no keys. Tell them my clothes, no starch, please. Soon as you can go, leave. Got M's in the bank, like yes, indeed. Cartier glasses, I won't even peek at you. Yellow Ferrari like Pikachu. I got him waiting and watching what he gon' do. Tryna pee what I do, tryna steal my move. 2,500 for a new pair of tennis shoes. The same price I can make them youngsters come and finish you. Low, you being charged here, jewelry like a voodoo. Real dope boy, 100,000 in the diesel. President's attention, I buy, we don't see you. I been getting money, I ain't worried about what he do. I'm getting money like I'm from the 80s. Man, Dre about to drop, man, it don't go crazy. They know I'm the truth, coming straight from the basement. I'm straight as a street, man.
Choctaw right-hander Chris Crosby will take to the mound for Mississippi College. Against the CBU lineup, Heinman, Voss, and Soto, the first 3 hitters due up. Chris is making his 10th start of the year, 4-2 record, ERA 4.05, 60 innings, most on the team. 54 hits allowed. He's walked just 16 in those 60 innings and struck out 48. Opponents hitting .238 against Crosby this season. And Chris is coming off one of his best starts of the year. Against Montevallo, 8 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned, no walks, 6 strikeouts last weekend. A 4-2 Choctaw win. The Choctaws took all 3 games of that series against the Montevallo Falcons, and their starting pitchers pitched 24 of the 25 innings. Ryan Lane got the 9th in the Crosby game, and that was it. Hollinghead and Zach Ingram went the distance in the 2 games after Crosby. Chris has been a workhorse lately for the Choctaws. His last 3 starts have all been 8-inning outings. threw 115 pitches at Lee University, 115 pitches at Auburn Montgomery, and then last weekend only 84 against Montevallo.
Third baseman, number 2, Kyle Hyman.
Kyle Hyman leads it off for the Buccaneers here in the first inning, no score. Hyman, a redshirt junior from Munford, Tennessee. First pitch to the right-handed hitter. This is low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Crosby looks in and gets the sign for the Choctaw catcher, Brandon Broussard. The 1-0 pitch coming. Skips up to the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. Thanks to the Christian Brothers folks for allowing me to be a part of their video broadcast today. Hope all the CBU folks enjoy our broadcast this weekend of the Choctaws and the Buccaneers. 2-0 pitch. Fastball up, and it's 3-0 to Hyman, leading off the first inning. Kyle Hyman hitting .290 on the season. He's a senior with a home run and 13 runs batted in. The 3-0 pitch is a strike of the knees, and the count moves to 3-1. Hyman had thought that might be ball 4, but the umpire calls it a strike. Now Crosby stays alive in this at-bat. Here's the 3-1 delivery. A little bit outside. Crosby wanted that one. He let that right arm linger down for just a little bit. Did not get the call, and a leadoff walk to Hyman to start the first inning.
Batting second.
Going to bring up Keegan Voss.
Number 1, Keegan Voss.
Voss is a sophomore from right here in Memphis, went to Christian Brothers High School. Voss hitting .287 on the season. A right-handed hitter stands in against the right-hander Chris Crosby. And the first pitch is a beautiful breaking ball on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. Choctaw third baseman Billy Cameron will play even with the bag here. Blaine Krim holds the runner on at first. Sykes and Barber, shortstop of the second baseman, back at double play depth. As Crosby goes to first and the runner's back safely. No balls, 1 strike, the count to Voss. Soto next, then Goodspeed here in the first inning for CBU. And a pitch is a fastball for a strike on the outside edge, and it's 0-2 to Voss. You got Hyman over at first. He's stolen 6 bases on the season. And he's been caught only once. Crosby goes over again, and again he's back in safely. As a team, the Bucks are hitting .252. 10th in the Gulf South Conference. This is a team that tries to manufacture runs. They are not a power hitting team. Swing and a miss. And Voss chased one well out of the zone for out number 1. So Voss strikes out for the first out of the first inning, and here's Jaime Soto.
Batting third, shortstop number 17, Jaime Soto.
But this is a pretty young lineup out of the field for Coach Lee Parks. Soto is one of those young players. Sophomore from Naples, Florida. Runner at first, 1 out. The runner stops. The pitch is a strike, and the count is 0-1 to Soto. Enters the game hitting .281 with 7 runs batted in. The runner at first, Hyman, is a senior. Voss and Soto are sophomores, and then the 4, 5, and 6 hitters are all freshmen. And the 8 and 9 hitters are sophomores. So a lot of inexperience in the lineup this year for the Buccaneers. 1 strike the count to Soto. Chris Crosby with the pitch. The runner goes. The pitch is low, and Broussard couldn't get the baseball out of his glove cleanly. Could not get a good grip on it. That'll be a stolen base for Hyman. The breaking pitch would have been a tough pitch to try to throw the runner out at second base, but Heineman steals his 7th bag of the year. And the count is 1 ball, 1 strike to Soto. Foul ball at the plate off the catcher. Count is 1-2. That looked like it may have gotten off of Broussard's shin guard. A ball and 2 strikes to Jaime Soto. Goodspeed next. Reason Kirchhoff is in the hole for the Buccaneers here in the first inning. No score in the ball game. Crosby looks the runner back of the pitch, an off-speed pitch, missed outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We gave you the Choctaw infielders a moment ago. The outfielders, the usual, Collier in left, Yancey in center, Duplessis in right, Broussard behind the plate. 2-2, and the pitch. Line shot to left. Collier got a late start, but gets to it. Coming in towards the line. Soto lines out to the left fielder for the second out of the inning, and Heineman stays at second base. Now we'll bring up J.D. Goodspeed.
Batting fourth, first baseman number 19, J.D. Goodspeed.
Goodspeed is a freshman from Christian Brothers High School here in Memphis. Batting .244, a homer, 8 driven in. A chance to pick up his 9th run batted into the season if he can get Heineman home from second base. We'll take a 2-out hit, though. Breaking ball stays up for ball 1. Now 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. A runner in scoring position for the Buccaneers. 1 ball, no strikes to J.D. Goodspeed. And Crosby delivers. Fastball high, chopper. Man, that took a high hop. Barber waits for it and goes to first. That's a good old-fashioned Baltimore chop for the 3rd out of the first inning. The Buccaneers get a runner to second base, but leave him there. We'll go to the second. No score.
Sun is down, freezing cold. That's how we already know when it's here. My dog will probably do it for a Louis Bell. That's just all he know, he don't know nothing else. I tried to show him. Yeah. I tried to show him. Yeah. Gone on you with the pick and roll. Young the flame, he in sicko mode.
No score as we go to the top of the second inning on what has turned out to be a very nice day here in Memphis. Broussard, Godfrey, and Yancey for Mississippi College against Gil Irwin. Scoreless ball game. The Choctaw catcher enters this game hitting .298. He's been flirting with the 300 mark now for a couple of weeks. First pitch to him here is ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to Broussard. Broussard had 4 hits last weekend against Montevallo as that ball goes foul off to the right side, including a home run in game 1. To get his home run total up, well, to 1 on the year, and he's got 9 runs batted in. For some reason, at the back of my mind, I thought he had a home run prior to this season, prior to that game this season. There's a line drive down the right field line, base hit for Brandon Broussard. He'll take a big run around first, and he's going to head to second base. The throw is in time, but off the line, and Broussard is safe. That's a hustling double for the Choctaw catcher, because Jones, the right fielder, got to the ball in plenty of time. And Brandon, I think he was probably thinking he might get held up at first base by Coach Grady Turman Jr., but Coach Turman said, turn it on, and Broussard did. The throw was just a little bit towards the outfield side of the second base bag. And Broussard's in safely. He's the 5th Choctaw to reach base in this game. That's their 3rd hit, but they did not score a run in the first inning, despite getting 4 runners on. Here's Will Godfrey. Godfrey, the designated hitter in this game, 2 for 10 on the season with a run batted in. The Choctaws are still without Ty Alderman. And it looks like Ty may be back in a couple of weeks when the Choctaws go to West Alabama. As the pitch gets past the catcher Weavers, he can't find it, and Broussard will go to third base. I think it's a pass ball. I didn't see it hit the dirt. We'll call it a pass ball on Weavers. That gets Broussard to third. Ty Alderman with a fracture in a bone in the top of his foot off a foul ball he took at Auburn Montgomery a couple of weekends ago. And there's another one that trickles past Weavers, but he finds it in plenty of time to keep Broussard at third base. And the count, 2 balls, no strikes. In that DH spot, we have seen Godfrey, we've seen Hamby, we've seen Kimmel. It is Godfrey here in game 1 of this series. 2-0 the count to him, infield in. Off-speed pitch over for a strike, the count 2-1. Gil Irwin looks to have a nice breaking pitch. He's been able to find the zone several times with that curveball here so far in this ball game. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count to Godfrey. Time called at home plate. Gil Irwin went ahead and delivered the pitch. It was a strike, so a break for the Choctaws. 2-1. And the pitch. Fouled away right side. 2-2. No score, top of the second. 1 game today, 2 tomorrow beginning at high noon. Broussard at third. And the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball hung up there, and it's ticked foul off to the right side. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes to Godfrey. Luke Yancey in the on-deck circle for Mississippi College. Then Hunter Sykes here in the second inning. Foul off to the left towards the Christian Brothers dugout. Scatters a few folks. Still 2-2. The middle third of the Choctaw order has started to come around swinging the bat. Yeah, the Choctaws need the bottom third of that order to start doing the same thing. Godfrey 2 for 10 on the season. Yancey hitting .211 and Sykes hitting $178 in the 8 and 9 spots after it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Ooh, that hit him. Looked like just above the left elbow. And Godfrey's aboard at first base, hit by the pitch ball. So Will Godfrey fouls off a couple of 2-2 pitches and then gets plunked.
Center fielder number 7.
And that will bring up Luke Yancey. Yancey had 1 hit last weekend against Montevallo. It came in the 3rd game of the series. Luke Weavers, the Christian Brothers catcher, steps out in front of home plate to make sure the infielders have their assignments, with runners at first and third and nobody out. Strike call on the outside edge. 0-1 the count to the left-handed hitting Luke Yancey. The Choctaws are a right-handed heavy hitting lineup. Yancey and Broussard. And that one hit him. Pitch low and in, and Luke Yancey takes first base. Not Broussard. Just Yancey today in the left-handed side.
Batting 9th, shortstop number 3.
And now he's aboard at
Hunter
first. Godfrey
Sykes.
goes to second, and Broussard still at third. And now we'll bring up the Choctaw shortstop, Hunter Sykes. Bases loaded, nobody out. Top of the second inning. The Choctaws looking to strike first. Irwin comes set. Here's the delivery. Swung on. Chopper to the third baseman, then off his glove, and he will have no play, and the Choctaws have the lead. Heineman was thinking about coming home or maybe trying to turn two before he had clear possession of the baseball. And he looked around after he finally got possession, looked towards tagging Will Godfrey, headed to third base, but he couldn't make that play. Broussard scores. Godfrey to third. Yancey
Right fielder number
goes
4,
to second,
Dylan
and Sykes is aboard
Duplessis.
on the first error of the ball game. And the Choctaws have a 1-0 lead. So now the top of the order for MC. Dylan Duplessis, bases still loaded, still nobody out. First pitch high and away, 1 ball, no strikes to Duplessis, who singled to right field his first time up. Of the first 9 who came to the plate for the Choctaws, only 1 was retired in the sense that he didn't get on base. All the other 8 players at least got on base, even if by a force out. And put the ball in play. Pitch is low, 2 balls, no strikes to Duplessis. Godfrey at third, Yancey at second, Sykes at first. Upstairs, the count moves to 3 balls and no strikes. It's a costly error for Christian Brothers. They made the 3rd most in the Gulf South Conference this season, and with their pitching staff struggling, it doesn't help them. In there for a strike call, and it's 3-1. But as we mentioned, this is a young team. The senior, however, Gil Irwin on the mound trying to get out of this mess. 3-0 to Duplessis. And the 3-1 rather, and it's catcher's interference. The swing and the bat hit the glove of the catcher, Weavers, and it will be Duplessis aboard at first base on catcher's interference, E2. And it's 2-0 Choctaws. Godfrey comes home. Yancey goes to third, and Sykes goes to second. Duplessis reached out, and it was a pitch well out of the zone. He reached out to try to swing at it. Weavers reached out to try to catch the baseball, and the bat nicked the glove of the Buccaneers catcher. And the Choctaws have a 2-0 lead.
Second baseman number 2, Grant Barber.
Grant Barber will come to the plate for MC. A chance for MC to really expand this early lead here in the second inning. First pitch to Barber is inside, 1-0 the count. That's a tough break for the Buccaneers and for Weavers in particular. And now he, along with head coach Lee Parks, will go out and have a word with Irwin. Weavers had to made several saves already in this ball game. The Buccaneers team ERA entering this contest 7.74. And that is 12th in the Gulf South Conference. So it's been a struggle for them pitching this season. Coach Lee Parks trying to turn this program around here in Memphis. This is his 3rd year at Christian Brothers. He is a 2002 graduate of Mississippi State University, where he played on some really good Bulldog teams. One ball, no strikes, the count to Grant Barber. Bases loaded, still nobody out. Lane Krim in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. Foul ball, and the count is 1-1. Irwin, gloved, held tight to his chest, comes with the pitch. It's a fastball up, and the count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike to Barber. Duplessis at first. Sykes at second, Yancey at third. Only one hit in the inning. 5 have reached base, but only one on a base hit. That was Broussard, who doubled to lead off the frame. And a strike to Barber makes it 2-2. After Broussard doubled, he took third on a passed ball. Godfrey got hit by a pitch. Yancey got hit by a pitch. Sykes reached on a fielding error. And Duplessis reached on catcher's interference. 2-2 to Barber. And the delivery. Strike 3 call inside corner. Barber backed away. He thought it was going to be outside the zone. Good pitch from Gil Irwin and a much needed first out of the inning. Barber strikes out looking.
First baseman number 5, Blaine Krim.
And now here's Blaine Krim. Krim singled up the middle on the first pitch he saw back of the first inning. He is now hit away from tying Richie Hines' career hit mark. Krim has 227. Richie has 228. First pitch to Krim here is low, and the count is 1 ball, no strikes. A record that has stood since 1985. So a 34-year-old record is likely to be broken this weekend. 1-0 pitch to Krim. Inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Bases loaded, 1 out, top of the second inning, 2-0 MC. Corner infielders in, middle infielders back, looking for a double play ball, but that's a tough get against Krim. Strike on the inside edge. The count moves to 2-1. Outfield straightaway, medium depth here for Blaine. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on, popped him up into shallow left. Voss coming in, the shortstop going out, and it's Soto who'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. Another big pitch for Gil Irwin. And there's 2 outs here in the second inning. He needed another strikeout or a pop-up, and he got the latter.
Third baseman
and the bases
number
are
10,
still loaded for Billy Cameron. Cameron hit into a force play his first time around. Chopper to the third baseman. Now trying to pick up a couple of these runners on base. They are loaded for the Choctaws. And the pitch to Cameron is low and in. 1 ball, no strikes. I mentioned that Billy last weekend against Montevallo got, 1, 2, 3. He got 4 singles, but he was walked intentionally 3 times, and he stung the baseball pretty hard in pretty much every at-bat that he got to swing the bat, and he gets hit by a pitch here. That's the 3rd hit batsman of the inning by Gil Irwin, and they'll get another run home. It's Luke Yancey. His run is unearned. So Cameron aboard at first. Duplessis goes to second. Sykes to third. Yancey scores. 3-0 MC.
Left fielder number 12, Chauncey Collier.
Chauncey Collier will come to the plate. He's the 9th Choctaw to bat here in this second inning. Collier struck out to end the first. Waves and misses the first pitch here. 0-1. Only 1 base hit in this inning for the Choctaws. That was Broussard's leadoff double. They manufactured runs otherwise. Irwin with the pitch. Low and outside. 1-1. The last run scored by Yancey. That's unearned. And any other runs that might score in this inning will be unearned. Charged to Gil Irwin due to the error that allowed Sykes to reach. Another hit batsman. And Irwin's really struggling here in the second inning. That'll get a run home. Sykes scores to make it 4-0. Duplessis to third. Cameron to second. Collier hit by the pitch.
The catcher, number 25, Brandon Broussard.
And now we go back to Brandon Broussard, who started this for the Choctaws with a double down the right field line. Quite frankly, he was nearly thrown out at second and base. Jones made a solid throw just a little bit off the mark. Wave and a miss, and the count is 0-1. Funny, now you go back and you look at that one play. If Jones just throws a little bit more on target, this would have been a much different inning for Gil Urban and the Buccaneers. Bases loaded, 2 outs, the pitch to Broussard. Fastball stays up, and it's 1-1. A ball and a strike to the Choctaw catcher. And the pitch. Looped foul off to the right side. The count moves to 1-2. 4-0 MC the score here in the second inning. And now Urban trying to get out of the inning with this next pitch. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the delivery. Swing and a miss. He does, and the inning is over. 4 runs, only 2 of them earned on only 1 hit. There were 2 errors, and there were 3 left. And we will go down to the bottom of the second inning. It's the Choctaws 4 and the Bucks nothing.
But I'm piped up. See that boy right there? He piped up. See that girl right there? She piped up. Pipe it up, 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 pipe it up. I walk in the club just to pipe it up. I stand on the stage and I pipe it up. Get a regular, hype it up. I bend over and I pipe it up. Pipe it up, 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 pipe it up. I walk in the club just to pipe it up. I stand on the stage and I pipe it up. Get a regular, hype it up. I bend over and I pipe it up. Pipe it up, pipe it up, pipe it up. Pipe it up, pipe it up, pipe it up. I walk in the club just to pipe it up. Walk in the club just to pipe it up. She was a basic till I piped her up. She was a I'm just doing my dab. I call it the pipe it up. They know that I'm having blue Benjamins. They know I'm on top of the pyramid. They know I'm a golden and Guinness. All this dabbing, dripping. Piped up in the city.
We go to the bottom of the second inning from Memphis. Choctaws 4 and the Buccaneers. We go to the bottom of the second inning from Memphis. The Choctaws 4 and the Buccaneers nothing. Choctaws the beneficiaries in the top of the second inning. A 4-hit batsman scored 4 runs on just 1 base hit. This is the only game right now underway in the Gulf South Conference. Other series will start this afternoon.
Batting fifth.
West Florida and Union will start tonight at 6:30. Auburn Montgomery at Shorter today at 2. Alabama Huntsville at West Alabama this evening at 5. Garrett Reason Kirchhoff will lead off the inning for the Bucks. Against Chris Crosby, now working with a nice lead. Foul away to the right side. 0-1 the count to Reason Kirchhoff. A redshirt freshman from Ocoee, Florida. He's hitting .269, and this is first year in Memphis. Low and outside. And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. And the reason Kirchhoff is wearing a brace, I guess is what you'd call it, around his right shoulder that is wrapped all the way around his chest. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count. Looks like the Bionic Man. 2-1. Here's the delivery. Outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. The Buccaneers had a base runner in the first inning. Hindman drew a leadoff walk, but then Crosby got the next 3 batters out in order. And Crosby with a pitch. Swing and a miss. A little fastball by him, but the count moves to 3-2.
Battle up there.
And the full count pitch coming now. Wave and a miss. Struck him out. So Reason Kirchhoff goes down. That's the second strikeout.
Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 9, Bailey Jones.
Bailey Jones will come to the plate for CBU. Right-handed hitter, batting .206 in the season. A ground ball to the shortstop. Hunter Sykes up with it over the first. He goes for out number 2. So Jones is the second out of the second inning. 4-0 MC the score, and Jeff Goodwin will come to the plate for the Bucks. Goodwin, a senior from here in Memphis.
Center fielder, number 4,
Batting .228.
Jeff Goodwin.
Well, if nothing else, the Buccaneers would like to get a base runner or two on here in this second inning. Give Gil Irvin a bit of a break. He labored through that top of the second frame. And Crosby's first pitch to Jeff Goodwin is low. 1 ball, no strikes. But 2 quick outs here in the second. And now Crosby with the 1-0 pitch to Goodwin. A little bit low, didn't miss by much. 2-0 the count. Fouled away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the 2-1 to Goodwin. Looped off to the right side. That's foul. The count moves to 2-2. It's like a lot of these right-handed hitters for Christian Brothers having a little bit of difficulty getting around with the fastball of Chris Crosby. Let's see what he chooses to go to here. He got Reason Kirchhoff to strike out at a fastball to the outside part of the plate to start this second inning. And the pitch. Breaking pitch. And a good job by Goodwin to just foul it away. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Outfield playing him around towards right, indicating that they don't think he can get around to the fastball. You see Yancey, the center fielder, around towards right field. Collier all alone in the left center field gap. And Crosby with another 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and the inning is over. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for Chris Crosby. We'll go to the bottom of the second here from Memphis. It's the Choctaws 4 and the Buccaneers nothing. The softball series between the Lady Choctaws and Christian Brothers has been delayed today as well. They're going to start at 4 o'clock this afternoon here in Memphis. They'll play 1 today and try to get 2 in tomorrow.
Designated hitter number
We have had a good deal of
Godfrey.
weather-related schedule changes this season, haven't we? Will Godfrey leads off the 3rd inning for Mississippi College with the Choctaws leading 4-0. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to Godfrey. Hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance. Low one in, 2-0 the count now. The series was originally scheduled for 2 games Saturday, 1 Sunday. Fouled off right side, 2-1. And they decided on Wednesday to try to play 2 today beginning at noon and then 1 tomorrow beginning at noon. And then this morning they woke up and said it rained a lot last night. Let's push it back and start at 2 o'clock today. So we're playing 1 today and 2 tomorrow. Just a bit low. Boy, that didn't miss by much. The count is 3-1. And we've got sunshine now at the ballpark. Some blue skies overhead. Beautiful day here in Memphis. The 3-1 to Godfrey. A little bit low. Gets past the catcher. Godfrey will hustle down to first with a base on balls. That is the first walk issued by Irwin. Leadoff man aboard for the Choctaws for the 3rd straight inning. And Luke Yancey will come to the plate for MC. Yancey also hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance. And there's a good bunt. Yancey gets it, and the pitcher can't pick it up. And everybody's safe. I think it's an error. Irwin got to it, just couldn't pick up the ball. Yancey takes first. Godfrey goes to second. That'll be the 3rd error of the game charged to the Bucks. So Yancey is at first, Godfrey is at second, and Hunter Sykes, who did reach on an error, his first at-bat will come to the plate. Four nothing Choctaws the score, and they're looking for more here in the 3rd. And there's a bunt put down up the 3rd base way. Hyman will field. He'll throw to first, but wide of the bag. Reason Kirchhoff couldn't get there in time. A run is in. Everybody's safe. It's 5-0 Choctaws. And that'll be a throwing error on Hyman. I don't think he actually had a good grip on the baseball when he threw it, to be honest with you. And Reason Kirchhoff, I said initially he was late to the bag. I may have to take that back. He may have been there and just had to dive out to try to get the ball. It was sailing past him. Godfrey scores from second. That run unearned for the moment. Yancey to 3rd. Sykes takes second on the throw. It'll be a sacrifice and an E5. Sacrifice, E5 getting him to second. Top of the order now, Dylan Dupleshain, strike 1. 5-0 Choctaws the score. Dupleshain has singled to right, and he's reached on catcher's interference. Infield in at all 4 positions for Christian Brothers. Irwin's 0-1. Chopper to the shortstop. Right to Soto. He'll look the runners back and go to first, and there's 1 out. So Dupleshain grounds out. I'll bring up Barber. The series between Shorter and Auburn Montgomery underway in Rome, Georgia. We're in the bottom of the 2nd inning. I'll pass along the score for you in a moment. Dupleshain takes, or rather Grant Barber takes ball 1 up and in. No score, top of the 3rd in that game. And there's another chopper to Soto at short. Again, he'll look the runners back, so Irwin's been able to get 2 ground balls for the top 2 hitters in the Choctaw lineup as they try to limit the damage here in this 3rd inning to just the 1 run. But now they'll have to face Blaine Krim.
First baseman number 5, Blaine Krim.
Krim has singled up the middle, and he's popped out to the shortstop. 1 for 2. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. 2 outs. Top of the third, 5-0 Choctaws the score. Let's see if Gil Irwin can get that one more out to get out of the inning. The toughest man to get out in Blaine Krim. There's ball one. Again, Krim now just one hit away from tying the Choctaw career hits mark at 228. A ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. Away, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. Sykes at second, Yancey at third. And Urban with the pitch. Popped up right side, foul, out of play. 2-1 to Krim. Two balls, one strike, the count to Blaine Krim. And the pitch. Line shot right field, and that's going to drop for a hit and go all the way to the wall. 2-run score. Blaine Krim into second base with a double. The Choctaws lead at 7-0, and Blaine Krim has tied Richie Hines for the Choctaw career hits mark. 228 base hits for the Choctaw third baseman. Opposite field double, scoring Yancey and Sykes. And the Choctaws have a 7-0 lead here in this third inning.
10, Billy Cameron.
By the way, all the runs in this inning will be unearned because of the throwing error by Hindman. Here's Billy Cameron. Cameron has reached into fielder's choice. He's been hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. So Irwin looking in, comes up with the sign, and the pitch coming. Low and away, 1 ball, no strikes. Irwin's defense has really hurt him here in this game. 3 errors charged to the Buccaneers. Well, they got 4 on the board, so I see the 4th. There it is. 2 in this inning, 2 in the last inning. A 1-0 pitch. Fouled off to the right side, on the left side, I should say, and Josh Perez, the Choctaw third base coach, makes the play, barehanded, of course. And the count is a ball and a strike to Billy Cameron. Perez coaching third. Grady Turman Jr. coaching first. And the 1-1 pitch, way outside. Weaver's never had a chance. Krim goes to third base on a wild pitch. Seven runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Choctaws, no runs, no hits, 4 errors for Christian Brothers. Two balls and a strike, the count to Billy Cameron. Blaine Krim at third base. And the pitch. High and away. The count moves to 3-1. Collier would be next. Ground ball to third. Hindman has this one, drops it, picks it up, goes to first. Good recovery, and the inning is over. Choctaws score 3 runs on only 1 hit. It was a double by Blaine Krim to drive in 2. Blaine is now tied atop the Choctaws career hits leaderboard. And more importantly for today, we go to the bottom of the third inning. All Choctaws 7-0. ball. Choctaws early on, 7-0 MC. Chris Crosby has retired 6 of the first 7 that he's faced. He'll go to the mound with Luke Weavers, Larry Hubbard, and Kyle Heineman due up in the third inning.
The catcher, number 7, Luke Weavers.
Weavers is a sophomore from Little Rock, Arkansas, hitting $122 on the season. And the first pitch from Crosby. It's a breaking ball that misses low. 1 ball, no strikes, the count. Weavers, Hubbard, and Heineman here in the third inning for the Buccaneers. Some catch up to do. Long way to go in this one, though. The 1-0 pitch. Skips up to the plate. The count is 2 balls and no strikes. And the 2-0 pitch coming to the Buccaneers catcher. And there for a strike. It's 2-1. I mentioned that Chris Crosby has gone 8 innings in each of his last 3 starts. Pitch counts in those games 115, 115, and 84. And he's won all 3 of them. Fouled off to the left side. He enters this game with a record of 4-2. Didn't get his first win until February 24th in the series against West Georgia. He's gotten a decision in each of his last 6 starts after no decisions in his first 3. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Swung on, little flare, left center field. That drops for a hit. And so Weavers has a single to lead off the third inning. Off the end of the bat, put it right between Collier and Yancey. Here's Larry Hubbard.
Designated hitter, number 32, Larry Hubbard.
Hubbard, the DH, sophomore out of Collierville, Tennessee. One-time hometown of David Nichols. Runner at first, nobody out. Yeah, the pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 to Hubbard. This season, Hubbard's hitting 182. This is only his 8th start of the year. And the pitch. Breaking ball. A beauty in there for a strike. That had as much break on it as any pitch we've seen from Crosby this afternoon. Got a good look at the pitcher's delivery from our position here. Just above the umpire, right down the line. Low and outside. Broussard with a nice stop. Snap throw to first, and he's safe at first base. Krim with a swipe, and apparently the swipe missed the runner, or either he got his hand back in just in the nick of time, as Bonnie Raitt used to saying, and he's safe at first base. Good effort, though, by Broussard. 1-2 to Hubbard. And the pitch. Curveball, fly ball, center field. Yancey starts in, goes back, reaches up, and it's over his head. That one took off on him. Weavers will be held at third. It's a double for Hubbard. And the Buccaneers are in business here in the third inning. Yancey started in on that fly ball and very quickly realized that was going to take off on him. It did. Hubbard has a 2-base hit. That's his second double of the year.
Number 2, Kyle Heineman.
And the bottom of the lineup providing the Bucs with a little life. Down 7-0, but trying to start their climb back into this game. Have their first 2 on here in the third inning for Kyle Heineman. Heineman drew a walk in his first plate appearance. First pitch swung on and fouled back to the backstop. No balls, 1 strike to count. Now Weaver's at third, Hubbard at second base. Billy Cameron playing even with the bag at third. Everybody else in the infield back for the Choctaws. The 0-1 pitch. Swung late at a high fastball, fouled it back to the screen to the count 0-2. Crosby comes set with his glove shoulder high. Here's the pitch. It's off-speed pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Heineman. Voss next, then Soto for the Bucks here in the 3rd inning. Meanwhile, top of the 4th, Shorter's taking a 1-0 lead on Auburn Montgomery. Only other game going on right now in the Gulf South Conference. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Reached out and golfed it off to the left. Foul. Still 1-2. Hyman with a nice job of just staying alive with that at bat. Got a piece of it on the late swing. A ball and 2 strikes. Crosby's delivery, swing and a miss. High fastball, and Heineman decided to swing way too late. He's the first out of the 3rd inning. That is the 4th strikeout for Chris Crosby.
Left fielder, number 1, Keegan Voss.
One of those strikeout victims, Keegan Voss, stands in 0-1 in this game. 2nd and 3rd, 1 out, bottom of the 3rd inning. 7-0 Choctaws the score. Crosby's first pitch to Voss is a swing and a miss. 0-1.
Come on, Keegan.
Weaver started this inning with a bloop single to left center field. Then Hubbard drove one over the head of the center fielder, Luke Yancey, for a double. Fouled off right side, 0-2 to Voss. And that sounds like it should have scored Weavers from first base. That 2-base hit by Hubbard, but Luke Yancey coming in initially, probably psyched out the runner just a little bit, who thought that was going to be caught. As it turns out, Yancey had to run back and couldn't catch up with the baseball. That misjudgment probably cost the Buccaneers a run. Fly ball, left center field, base hit. Drops in front of Yancey. A run is home. The Buccaneers are on the board at 7-1. So Keegan Voss with his single. Run batted in for Voss. His 10th of the season. Weaver scores, Hubbard to 3rd.
The shortstop, number 17, Jaime Soto.
And here is Jaime Soto. Slide out to left field, 0-1 in this game. Runners at the corners with one away, and the pitch to Soto. Upstairs with the fastball, 1 ball, no strikes. It's feel like, even though it's a little difficult to tell from where we're sitting, it's feel like the wind has shifted just a hair, maybe blowing really in from the right field corner at this point. And the 1-0 to Soto. Fouled away, 1-1. Good speed next. 3 hits in the inning for the Buccaneers. Throw to first, runner back. The Buccaneers had a tough start to the Gulf South Conference schedule. They lost all 3 to West Florida, but the Choctaws know what that's like. They lost 2 out of 3 to Montevallo in the second weekend of the season. As the runner goes, and the pitch and the throw down to second base is a 1-hopper to Barber. And Voss has stolen second base. Second steal of the game for the
That
Buccaneers.
stolen base is brought to you by Wholesale Nutrition of
And the
South
count is
Haven.
2-1 now to Soto with runners at second and third and one out. So Voss at second, Hubbard at third. And the 2-1. Fly ball, right field. Dylan Dupleshain floats toward the line. He makes the catch. Here comes the throw home. It is on line, and he is out by a country mile as Dylan Dupleshain fires a strike to Brandon Broussard at home plate to end the inning. An outstanding throw by Dylan Dupleshain. On the fly, right to the Choctaw catcher for the third out of the inning. The old 9-2 double play ends the frame. The Bucks get a run on 3 hits and leave a man. We'll go to the fourth. It's 7-2 MC.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're hungry or thirsty, the concession stand is now open.
Rob the jewelry store and tell them make me a grip. Had a whole top diamond in the bottom rose gold.
Yeah. We about to start an epidemic with this one. Yeah, I know what this is.
Yeah. Got 30 down at the bottom, 30 more at the top. All invisible set and little ice cube blocks. If they call it a drink, call it a smile on the rocks. If they call out a price, let's say I call out a lot. I got like platinum and white gold, traditional gold. I'm changing grills every day, like Jay changed clothes. I might be grilled out nicely in my white tee on South Beach in my white bee. BB is studded. You can tell when they cut it. You see, my grandmama hate it, but my little mama love it. Cause when
Reed Vance with you from Joe Natick's Byrne Field here on the campus of Christian Brothers University in Memphis as we go to the fourth. It is 7-1 in favor of the Choctaws. So it's 7-2 at the end of that last inning, but it is 7-1. Would have been 7-2 if not for the outstanding throw by Dylan Dupleshain.
Left fielder number
He threw out a
12,
runner at home plate trying to
Chauncey
tag on a
Collier.
fly ball. Larry Hubbard caught at home plate for the third out of the inning, and now leading off the fourth, it's Chauncey Collier. He's struck out of this game. He's been hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. Has a run batted in. Gil Irwin's 1-0 pitch is, I think, a strike. Yes, it is. 1-1. He went around. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Collier. Broussard and Godfrey will follow here in this fourth inning for Mississippi College. Choctaws scoring 4 runs in the second, 3 runs in the third. Swing and a miss, 1-2. And they have been helped out by 4 Buccaneers errors in this game. Foul ball off to the left, still 1-2. Only 2 of the 7 runs that the Choctaws have scored have been earned runs against Gil Irwin. A little bit low. That didn't miss by much. 2-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 out of the fourth inning. First time the Choctaw leadoff man has been retired in this game.
The catcher, number 25, Brandon Broussard.
Now Brandon Broussard, he has doubled. Blooped down the right field line in the second inning. They got that 4-run scoring rally started. And he struck out to end the second inning. Struck out with the bases loaded. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to Broussard. Fouled straight back. The count is 2-1. We're talking about the Christian Brothers schedule up to this point. Losing 3 to West Florida to start the conference season, then losing 2 out of 3 to Montevallo. They lost 2 out of 3 to Alabama Huntsville. And the same, losing 2 out of 3 to Shorter. Ground ball left side. That's through for a hit. Brandon Broussard with a single with one out of the fourth inning will bring up Will Godfrey. They won the first game of their series against Delta State here at home on March 16th. Lost the last two games of that series before getting swept by Lee. So
designated hitter
they've
number
only had
27,
2 weekends this year where they have
Godfrey.
been swept in a conference series. Otherwise, they have been able to get a run in each of the other conference weekends to go to 4-14 in GSC play. They're down here in game one to Mississippi College, 7-1 at the top of the fourth inning. 1 ball, no strikes to Will Godfrey. Godfrey's been hit by a pitch and he's drawn a walk. He's scored both times. There's a strike. It's 1-1. Well, the bottom third of the lineup for the Choctaws. 6 plate appearances so far, 6 runs scored. And without a hit. Irwin goes to first and the runner back safely. The Buccaneers had midweek games against Lemoyne Owen canceled. Under Weavers, and it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. They did not play, the Buccaneers did not play last weekend. A rare off weekend, Christian Brothers. The 2-1 pitch is outside, 3 balls, 1 strike to Godfrey. Again, I think Coach Hayworth would like one of these players that he's putting in the DH spot to kind of claim that role until Ty Alderman gets back, but nobody's been able to do it yet. Godfrey, however, draws his second walk of the game, and he's been on base 3 times now in this contest. Maybe he'll make a claim to that spot. First and second, 1 out. Luke Yancey will come to the plate for MC now.
Center fielder number 7, Luke Yancey.
Next weekend, Christian Brothers will go to Valdosta State to take on the first place. Well, I shouldn't say that. I guess I should check the standings first, huh? The Blazers, who are really good. They're nowhere near first place, but they're pretty good. Pop up left side out of play. 0-1. I had my eyes on the conference stats, in which I saw they are the leading hitting team in the league, but they're 7-10 overall. A chance for Christian Brothers to finish strong. Valdosta State, Auburn, Montgomery, and Union are the Gulf South Conference Series on their slate to end the season. Those are 3 of the bottom 4 teams in the league. Inside, and the count is 1-1 to Luke Yancey. The Choctaws next weekend will be home. The Shorter Hawks will be in town. And then it's West Alabama on Easter weekend and Delta State the last weekend of this month at Frierson Field. First and second, 1 out, the 1-1 to Yancey. Strike call. Yancey wanted to take a hack at that one, didn't, but it came over the zone of the count 1-2. MC, by the way, does have a couple of midweek games this week, a doubleheader at Henderson State on Tuesday. That was supposed to be 1 game, but the game that was scheduled for earlier this week in Clinton, they decided to postpone that and play 2 in Arkadelphia on Tuesday at 3 o'clock. A 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch by Gil Irwin. Yancey strikes out. That's 4 strikeouts now by the Buccaneers left-hander.
Shortstop number 3, Hunter Sykes.
And here's Hunter Sykes. 0 for 1 with a sacrifice. He scored twice. 7-1 Choctaws, top of the 4th inning. Hit well, but right to Goodwin in center. He'll make the catch, and the inning is over. So Irwin gives up a single and a walk, but the Choctaws do not score. And we'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning from Memphis. 7-1 MC.
my city, off from my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting too close. When we move, well you already know. So just imagine. I can see but you when you dance, feel good creeping up on you. So just dance. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. So just dance. So just dance. Ooh, something magical.
As we go down to the bottom of the fourth inning, Mississippi College leading Christian Brothers 7-1. We're back with you tomorrow beginning at noon for a doubleheader. We'll play a 9-inning game in the first contest, 7 innings in the nightcap. Garrett Hollinghead will go in game 1 for MC. Zach Ingram in game 2 for the Choctaws.
First baseman.
Goodspeed, Reason, Kirchhoff, and Jones.
Goodspeed.
Here in the fourth inning for Christian Brothers. J.D. Goodspeed grounded out to second in his first at-bat. First pitch taken for ball 1. Chris Crosby on the mound for Mississippi College. Gave up 3 hits and a run in the third inning. Helped out at the end of that frame. Dylan Duplashane catching a fly ball and then gunning out Larry Hubbard at home plate to end the inning. 2 balls, no strikes. The count now to Goodspeed. Here's the pitch. It's low and the count 3-0. Top of the fifth inning, shorter 1. Auburn Montgomery nothing. Although their live stats still have them playing the Emmanuel Lions. We know that's not true, because all those guys in the Emmanuel lineup I saw play for Auburn Montgomery 2 weeks ago. Strike call, 3-1 to Goodspeed. He thought it was ball 4. Goes back. And now the 3-1. That is ball 4. Tosses bat back again, this time for good.
That walk is brought to you by Smoothie
Leadoff
King
man aboard
Midtown.
for the third time in this game for Christian Brothers. So they've had base runners. Heineman led off the first with a walk. Crosby got the next 3 out.
Second baseman.
Weavers led off the third with a single.
Garrett Reason Kirchhoff.
He scored. And now Goodspeed with a walk to lead off the fourth inning. Second walk issued by Crosby. And now the pitch outside to Garrett Reason Kirchhoff, and the count is 1 ball, no strikes. A little bit inside. Did not miss by much. 2-0. Broussard trots the baseball back out to Chris Crosby. Bailey Jones next here in the fourth inning, then Goodwin. Now we're kind of expecting a cloudy afternoon, but it has been mostly sunny really since this game started. Clouds to start, and then they parted, and the sun has shone most of the afternoon. 2 balls, no strikes. I mean, it shines all the time, but with clouds early. There's a strike, and it's 2-1. The sun never does not shine. 2 balls, 1 strike to Garrett Reason Kirchhoff. Runner at first is J.D. Goodspeed, and they'll keep him close. Fouled away, 2-2. For the most part, these Buccaneer hitters, especially the right-handers, have had trouble with Crosby's fastball, getting it squared around. We'll see what happens here in a 2-2 pitch coming to Reason Kirchhoff. And Crosby delivers. Another foul ball off to the right side. We've seen a lot of that today. It's still 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. Just a hair outside. And a good job by Reason Kirchhoff to lay off of that. That was a really close pitch to take. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the delivery. Outside, ball 4.
That walk is brought to you by Smoothie King Midtown.
So back-to-back walks issued by Chris Crosby here in the 4th inning.
Right fielder, number 9, Bailey Jones.
Bailey Jones will come to the plate for the Buccaneers. He hit into a ground ball, 6-3 out his first time around. First and second, nobody out in the 4th inning. 7-1 Choctaws the score. Here's the pitch. Late swing and a miss. 0-1. Now 3 walks total issued by Crosby to go along with his 4 strikeouts. And 3 hits allowed. Shows bunt, pushes it up the first base way. That's a good bunt. Crosby underhands to Krim at first base for out number 1. Sacrifice. 1-3 for Bailey Jones. 1 out. Runners go to second and third. And now Jeff Goodwin will try to get him home. Goodwin struck out at his first at bat. He's 0 for 1.
Center fielder, number 4, Jeff Goodwin.
Good speed at third. Reason Kirchhoff at second. And Jeff Goodwin at the plate. Here's the first pitch to him. It is low and in. 1 ball, no strikes. The Buccaneers trying to make those walks pay off. Here to start the 4th inning. Crosby delivers. Upstairs, and the count is 2-0. Crosby has not really consistently been ahead of hitters in this game. As the pitch comes, it's fouled off to the right side. It's 2-1. And he's been to a 3-ball count on, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 hitters in this game. He's been behind several of them, but he's made big pitches when it counts to get outs. 2 balls and a strike here to Goodwin. He could use a strikeout or something on the infield right here. Fouled away, and the count is 2-2 to Goodwin. Weaver's in the on-deck circle for the Bucks. And now we're ready to go again. Crosby comes set, and the 2-2 delivery. Another foul ball off to the right side. And it's still 2-2. Now the last couple of foul balls back have been fastballs up. Let's see if maybe Crosby tries to go down and away just a little bit and gets him to chase. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He went up and in, struck him out. What do I know? 2 outs here in the 4th inning. Fastball, letter high on the inside part of the plate. Goodwin could not lay off.
Number 7, Luke
2 outs.
Weavers.
Runner still at second and third. Here's Luke Weavers. Weavers singled in the 3rd inning and came in to score the only, to this point, run in the game for the Buccaneers. His base hit fell in between Collier, Yancey, and Sykes in left center. There's a line shot. Base hit, about the same spot. 2-run score, and the Buccaneers cut the lead to 7-3. Luke Weaver's 2 for 2, and he's driven in a pair. So the 2 walks do come back to really cost Chris Crosby. Goodspeed scores from third. Reason Kirchhoff scores from
The
second
designated
base.
hitter, number 32, Larry
7-3 ball
Hubbard.
game now. Here's Larry Hubbard. Hubbard doubled over the center fielder's head back in the 3rd inning. First pitch for a strike, 0-1. So 3 of the 4 Buccaneers hits have come from the 8 and 9 hitters in the lineup, who, coming into this game, had a combined 9 hits all season. Weavers and Hubbard. Up and in, and the count is 1 ball, 1 strike to Hubbard. Weavers now at first base with a 2-run single. 2 runs batted in, his 6th and 7th of the year. Strike call, and the count is 1-2 to Hubbard. He's the 6th Buccaneer to hit here in the 4th inning. Top of the order, Heinman in the on-deck circle. And the 1-2 delivery. Breaking ball inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And the inning is over. 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left for the Buccaneers in the 4th. As they creep a little closer, we'll go to the 5th inning. It's the Choctaws 7 and the Buccaneers 3.
Tell me, what do you see when you're looking at me? Whoa, whoa, whoa. All I'm missing to be, what I'm destined to be. Whoa, whoa.
As we go to the 5th inning from Christian Brothers, 7-3 Choctaws. So we go to the 5th inning from Christian Brothers, 7-3 Choctaws the score. And we've got a new pitcher for the Buccaneers, Garrett Stebbins Johnson. Right-handed pitcher, 6'1" sophomore from Jacksonville, Florida. And the numbers on Stebbins Johnson, who is making his 7th appearance. No wins or losses, ERA just under 9, 16 1/3 innings. He's given up 35 hits. He's walked 6 and struck out 6. Opponents are hitting a robust .427 against him. This is in his 7th outing of the season. The starter, Gil Irwin, goes 4 innings. He gives up 5 hits, 7 runs, but only 2 of them earned. Walked 2 and struck out 5. And he hit 4 batters. He is on the hook for the loss at the moment, but got a long way to go in this one. Top of the 5th, top of the order for MC.
Now pitching for your Bucks,
Dylan
6,
Duplashane, Grant
Garrett
Barber, and
Stebbins
Blaine
Johnson.
Krim are the hitters due up against Stebbins Johnson.
Right fielder
Duplashane
number 4,
is 1 for
Dylan
3. He singled. He's
Duplashane.
reached on catcher's interference, and he's grounded to the shortstop. First pitch to him is low. 1 ball, no strikes. The top third of the order due up here in the 5th inning for MC. Barber next, then Blaine Krim, who already has 2 hits in this game. Ground ball foul outside of third. So Blaine will get a chance to claim the Choctaw career hits record here in this inning. See if he can do it. One ball, 1 strike, the count to Duplashane. Stebbins Johnson with the delivery. Big breaking ball. Duplashane lifts it into shallow center. Good one coming on. He'll get there for round number 1. And here's Barber.
Second baseman,
Officially he's 0
number
for
2,
3. He's reached on a
Grant
forced play,
Barber.
struck out looking, and grounded to short. Stebbins Johnson's last outing, 3 1/3 innings against Delta State on March 17th. Give up 3 earned, 3 walks, and a strikeout. Foul ball outside of third, 0-1 to Barber. Upstairs, the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike to the Choctaw second baseman. And the 1-1 pitch. Big breaking ball drops in a little high. That looked to be pretty good, but when you're pitching to Grant Barber, the strike zone shrinks a good bit. Grant 5'7", fly ball, center field, good one. On the run back, he'll float back and make the catch. 2 outs. Here is Krim. And Blaine had 184 hits entering this ball.
First baseman,
184
number
hits in
5,
his first
Blaine
3 seasons at
Krim.
MC. 51 in his freshman year, 54 in his sophomore year, 79 last year, and included a long run through the tournament and into the regional. And now he stands in, bases empty, 2 outs. First pitch to him is a breaking ball low, 1 ball, no strikes. Blaine singled in the first, popped to the shortstop of the second, doubled, and scored 2 runs, got 2 runs home back in the 3rd inning. So it's 2 of 3 today. And the 1-0 pitch. Looks at a strike, and the count goes to 1-1. The Choctaw senior from Mobile, Alabama. A ball and a strike to Krim, the pitch. That one skips up to the plate. The count goes to 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, the count. The pitch to Blaine Krim is low. 3 balls and a strike. The 3-1 pitch is low. That's ball 4. So 2-out base runner. Krim draws the walk, and Billy Cameron will come to the plate for Mississippi College. You know, talking about Blaine catching and looks like at some point passing Richie Hines. Remember, you know, Richie was a slugger for the Choctaws He has the 2 best single-season home run
Third baseman number 10, Billy
production
Cameron.
seasons in Choctaw history. He had 19 in his junior year and 16 home runs in his senior season. Here's Billy Cameron, 0 for 2 officially, hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. And there's a swing and a high fly deep to left. Forget about this. And Billy is on the board. It's a 2-run home run, and the Choctaws lead it 9-3. Now Billy Cameron takes Garrett Stebbins Johnson deep. Krim scores ahead of him. And the Choctaws extend their lead. For Billy Cameron, that is his 6th home run of the year. Runs batted in 25 and 26. He's got 3 runs batted in
Left fielder number
in
12,
this game. No
Chauncey
doubt about that.
Collier.
As soon as it left the bat, Voss turned around and watched it sail away. And here's Chauncey Collier. So now a 9-3 Choctaw lead on the home run by Cameron. Collier 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts, plus he's been hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. He swings and pops this one up. And it's going to be the shortstop calling for it. Soto makes the play, and the inning is over. Billy Cameron with a 2-run home run for Mississippi College as we go now to the bottom of the 5th inning, halfway through. It's 9-3 MC.
Southside on the track, yeah.
Yeah. Take it out the bank, go put it up. Got my main put up. Straight off the lot, go put it up. My last 2 foreigns put up. Straight out the bank, go put it up. Everybody in the hood gon' pull up. I got them on the home and I ran with the diners. Every week I change my closet. Got a fitness store in my house. Got a building garage in my house. Got to watch my wrist cause a house. My they sleep at my house. Make you sleep at a hotel now. And when you talk, me you talking off cap. And your diamonds they looking like tap. I was always looking for the pouch. People on me, my lap. Out in Beverly Hills, I doubt. But I still had to ride with that scrap. Yeah, diamond on the man in this cap. Plus dirt man, yellow, no cap. Rock a base mark, yellow, that cap. Red, thin, red, no cap. I can turn pedal. I can turn pedal. Red, that ghetto. Eat late metal. I'm back get better. Still trying to grill. Roll run some grill. Getting down my Coachella. Yeah, my back's trophy.
Now the 2 runs that Chris Crosby gave up in the 4th inning, Billy Cameron got back for him at the top of the 5th with that home run. And the Choctaws once again have a 6-run lead. It's 9-3. 9 runs, 6 hits, no errors for MC. 3 runs, 4 hits, and 4 errors for Christian Brothers. It'll be the top third of the order for the Buccaneers, Hindman, Voss, and Soto, against the Choctaw right-hander Chris Crosby. The Lady Choctaw softball team is about to get underway here in Memphis, not too far away from where we are.
Third baseman number 2, Kyle.
To start
Hyman.
game 1 of their series at 4 o'clock. And then they'll play 2 tomorrow. Hindman, 0 for 1 with a walk, leads off this 5th inning. First pitch from Crosby. Fastball, swing and a miss. No balls, 1 strike. Crosby's walked 3. He struck out 5. The Buccaneers have had the leadoff man aboard in 3 of the first 4 innings. Not here, however. A ground ball to second, and Hindman is the first easy out of this 5th inning. Barber throws out Hindman. 1 away for Keegan Voss. Voss has one of the Buccaneers' 4 hits. It was a 3rd inning single that drove in their first run. 1 for 2 with that single plus a strikeout. Shorter now leads Auburn Montgomery 4-1. They're in the bottom of the 5th inning. They're still batting. The Hawks are in that ball game. Strike call 0-1 to Voss.
Our game last Saturday, and then in our game on Tuesday, the goal needed right words.
And the pitch.
They just keep it.
Swing and a miss. 0-2. Jaime Soto in the on-deck circle for the Buccaneers. And good speed if anybody gets on here in the 5th inning. The Bucs have gone in order only once. That was in the 2nd inning. And the 0-2 to Voss. Fastball away, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Crosby looks in a while, gets the sign, and now he's ready. The 1-2 pitch. Outside, Voss did not chase it. The count moves to 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Fastball low and away. 7th strikeout for Crosby.
The shortstop, number 17, Jaime Soto.
And now Jaime Soto, 0 for 2. He's lined to left, and he, in his last at-bat, sent a fly ball out to Dylan Duplessis, who caught it and then threw out Larry Hubbard to end the 3rd inning at home plate. Popped him up here. Foul territory behind first base. It's Blaine Krim who'll make the catch, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 inning for Chris Crosby, and we'll go to the top of the 6th. It's 9-3 Mississippi College.
Now I'm out here looking like revenge, feeling like a 10, the best I ever been. And yeah, I know how bad it must hurt to see me like this, but it gets worse. Now you're out here looking like regret, ain't too proud to beg, second chance you'll never get. And yeah, I know how bad it must hurt to see me like this, but it gets worse. Now payback is bad shit, and baby, I'm the baddest. Stop playing with a savage. Can't have this, can't have this. And it'd be nice of me to take it easy on ya, but nah. Baby, I'm sorry. Baby, I'm sorry. Being so bad got me feeling so good. Showing you right like I knew that I would. Baby, I'm sorry. Baby, I'm sorry. Feeling inspired 'cause the tables have turned. Yeah, I'm on fire and I know that it burns. Baby, finance is the way to kill. Tell me
We go to the 6th inning. Mississippi College 9, Christian Brothers 3. 9 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Choctaws. 3 runs, 4 hits, 4 errors for the Buccaneers. It'll be Broussard, Godfrey, and Yancey for Mississippi College here in the 6th against Garrett Stebbins Johnson.
Broussard.
Stebbins Johnson starting his 2nd inning of work, came on to start the 5th, gave up the 2-run home run to Billy Cameron in the last inning, and now in the 6th, there's Broussard to lead it off. Fouling the first pitch away, he's behind 0-1. Brandon has doubled, he's struck out, and he's singled 2 out of 3 in this contest. And Stebbins Johnson with the delivery. Breaking ball missed low, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. The wind is now blowing out to left field. Low 2-1. I say that because it's started this ball game like it was blowing out a little bit to right. It's kind of shifted direction as the afternoon has gone along. 2 balls, 1 strike. The count, the pitch. Low in the count, 3-1 to Broussard. He's really starting to see the ball well here in the last couple of weeks. Even his outs that he's been making lately have been rather productive. Popped him up here behind second base. Who's got it? Who's got it? Soto does. Stayed with it. Right in front of the center fielder Goodwin. He makes the catch. 1 out in the 6th inning. And Will Godfrey will come to the plate. He's been on base 3 times, 2 walks, and
Designated hitter
hit by
number
a pitch.
27, Will Godfrey.
First pitch to Will Godfrey. Skips up to the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Looks like one of those big mail planes, package planes coming in. A low flyer. By fastball, swing and a miss, 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch coming. Strike call 1-2. We're just about 3 or 4 miles from the airport here. You've been hearing the planes overhead all afternoon long. 1-2 pitch. Golf towards the pitcher. And that's going to be out number 2. Godfrey grounds out for the second out of the inning, and Luke Yancey will hit. Yancey 0 for 2, but he's been hit by a pitch. He's reached on an error, and he's scored twice.
Center fielder number 7, Luke Yancey.
We're also just across the street from the Liberty Bowl here in Memphis. And we're just across the street from the fabled Mid-South Coliseum. Strike call. The Mid-South Coliseum, home of some of the best professional wrestling of the 1980s you would ever want to see. No balls, 1 strike, the count to Yancey. If you're into that. 0-2 the count. Nine to 3, Mississippi College. We're in the 5th inning. And the pitch. High and away, 1-2 to Yancey. Fly ball, right field. Caught by Jones, and that is a 1-2-3 inning. The Choctaws retired in order for the first time in the game. And we will go now to the bottom of the 6th inning. Mississippi College with a lead, 9-3.
Remember the words you told me, love me till the day I die. Surrender my everything, cause you made me believe you're mine. Yeah, you used to call me baby, now you're calling me by name. Takes one to know one, yeah, you beat me at my own game. You pushing up on no air from you. I give and you take, giving you take. You're on the play, see you want me. And I'm just a dead man walking tonight. But you need it, yeah, you need it. All in this time, yeah. You're on the play, see you want me.
All Choctaws here in the first game of our series. 9-3 the score as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Games 2 and 3 tomorrow beginning at 12 noon here at Christian Brothers University. Hollinghead and Ingram, the scheduled starters for MC. Goodspeed, Reason Kirchhoff, and Jones, the scheduled hitters for the Buccaneers here in the 6th inning. They got to within 7-3 after a 2-run 4th. 2-run single by Luke Weaver scored a pair. And then Billy Cameron answered with a 2-run home run at the top of the 5th. And it's back to a 6-run Choctaw lead. Ground ball to Barber. First play. First swing, one out here in the 6th inning. And that will bring up Garrett Reason-Kirchhoff. Good speed grounds out. Now Reason-Kirchhoff 0-for-1 with a strikeout, a walk, and a run score.
Reason-Kirchhoff.
Chris Crosby on the mound for MC. He's retired 5 in a row. Fly ball, right field, pretty well hit, but Dupleshain is there, and he is out. Number 2, 6 in a row retired by Crosby. And Bailey Jones will hit now, 0-for-1 with a sacrifice. And talking about the Mid-South Coliseum across the road here.
Bailey Jones.
Fewer men grace the ring inside that building more often than Jerry the King Lawler, Memphis' own. I would talk about him some more, but Bailey Jones grounds out on the first pitch, and that is a very quick inning for Chris Crosby, who doesn't want me to talk about professional wrestling. We'll go to the top of the 7th inning. It's 9-3 Choctaws. Sykes, Dupleshain, and Barber here in the 7th inning. Choctaws 9 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Buccaneers 3 runs, 4 hits, 4 errors. Reed Vance with you from Memphis this afternoon.
Sykes.
And Sykes will lead it off. First pitch swinging, foul ball behind first. And it's going to be the first baseman, Goodspeed, who makes the catch. Out number 1 here in the 7th inning. And that'll bring up Dylan Dupleshain at the top of the lineup for MC. Dupleshain
Right
1 for 4 with a single.
Dylan Dupleshain.
He's also reached on an error and grounded out and flied out. Hitter starting to get a little more aggressive here in the last couple of innings, swinging at pitches and making contact early in the at-bats. As Dupleshain takes a strike, 0-1. Garrett Stebbins Johnson on the mound, breaking pitch. Whew, I had a nice break on it, and Dupleshain with a big swing and a miss. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch is low in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to the Choctaw right fielder, who came up with a defensive play of the game in the 3rd inning on a fly ball hit by Jaime Soto. Dupleshain caught the ball, and then from middle depth in right field threw out Larry Hubbard, trying to score from third base. On the fly, threw a strike to Brandon Broussard and had him out by 10 feet. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count here to Dupleshain. And the pitch. Inside, 3-2. Barber next. And then if one of these guys gets on, Blaine Krim will swing the bat again here in the 7th inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Foul ball back, and the count's still 3-2. Shorter now leads Auburn Montgomery 6-1 in the top of the 6th inning. 3-2 pitch, ground ball, and the shortstop Soto gets a glove on it, over to first, but not in time as the ball gets past Goodspeed, but not far enough for the runner to advance. So we'll see how they score that. It was backhanded at short. Would have been a tough play, but if he comes up with it cleanly, it comes up with it cleanly, throws him out. What do you think, guys? He ain't going with the error. All right. I think that's a correct call. It's the 5th error of the game, and a line drive, left field, base hit off the bat of Grant Barber, and he gets past Voss. This will be the 6th error of the game. Here comes Duplessis. He's going to score, and it's 10-3 Choctaws. It'll be a single for Barber, and then an E9 getting Duplessis to second, or getting Duplessis home and Barber to second. So a runner at second base with 1 out. And now the Choctaws have a 7-run lead again, 10-3. And that will bring up Blaine Krim. Krim has been on base 3 times, a single, a double, a walk, a run scored. He's driven in 2. And his next base hit will give him the Choctaw career base hits record. Let's see if he can get it right here. He's tied now with Richie Hines for 228.
First baseman, number 5, Blaine Krim.
Runner at second base, 1 out in the 7th. A run home. And Stebbins Johnson wheels back around towards second, but does not make a play. Single by Barber, no run batted in, run scored on the error. Krim at the plate. And the first pitch to him is low and in. The catcher can't find it. And Barber's going to have to hustle back to second base. Number 1, a good job by Weavers to actually find the baseball. It kind of got tied up to where the umpire was. Didn't really go too far. Weavers just couldn't locate it initially, but once he did, he was able to hold Barber, who had gone about halfway to third. Barber scrambled back to the bag at second. So the count, 1 ball, no strikes to Blaine Krim. Stebbins Johnson comes set. He'll look the runner back at second base. And the pitch. Low and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Krim singled up the middle in the 1st inning, and he doubled to right field in the 3rd inning. He walked and scored ahead of the Billy Cameron home run in the 5th. Two balls, no strikes, the count. Here's the pitch. A little bit inside, and the count goes to 3-0 now. Billy Cameron in the on-deck circle. Choctaws lead it by 7, 10-3 here in the top of the 7th inning. The 3-1 to Krim, swung on, ground ball foul outside of third. That was a 3-0 pitch, so now it's 3-1. So Barber's at second with 1 out. Krim stands back in ahead of the count, 3 balls and a strike. Stebbins Johnson looks in, gets the sign. Now he'll come set. And the 3-1 delivery, swung on, hit well to right field. Jones going back to the wall, and he looks up, and it's off the wall. There's the record breaker. Around third comes Barber. Krim into second base with a double. The Choctaws lead it 11-3, and Blaine Krim has become the Choctaws' all-time hits leader with 229 base hits. Coach Jeremy Hayworth's going to go out and have a chance to talk with the home plate umpire, and they're going to get the baseball for Blaine Krim. And there it is. And they'll give it to Coach Hayworth for safekeeping as Blaine Krim becomes the career hits leader in Mississippi College history. A double off the right field fence to drive in a run, and it's 11-3 in favor of the Choctaws. A 3-hit day for Blaine Krim, and the Choctaws now have an 8-run lead. Opposite field
10,
double for
Billy
Blaine Krim. I
Cameron.
think that's kind of the perfect base hit for Blaine to break the record. First pitch curveball to Billy Cameron is a strike, 0-1. He can hit home runs, and he's done that in his MC career. He can certainly slap a single somewhere, but he's been kind of that gap doubles hitter, and he always gets good aluminum on the ball every swing. Cameron, oh, look out, pops it up foul, lost his bat, and it hits the umpire in the head. It is a foul ball, and the home plate umpire got popped by the bat that flung out of the hands of Billy Cameron. Let's hope he's all right. He's standing up. And now the two athletic trainers are going to go out and make sure that the umpire is okay. The foul ball went out of play, and Cameron's bat just kind of flipped out of his hands right behind him and hit the home plate umpire in the head. So here comes the CBU trainer, and got to hit him right at the top of the forehead is what it looks like. He's facing away from us. Can't see whether it drew blood, but that's a scary, scary play. So play stops momentarily. Now Blaine Krim out at second base gives him 229 career hits. And now he's alone in first place on top of that list. That for, my math here, for 34 years has been occupied by Richie Hines, who had 228 hits in his 4-year MC career from 1982 to 1985. As we're talking about earlier, Richie has the two best single season home run seasons in MC history, 19 and 16. Richie had 78 runs batted in 1984. That's the most in any single season. Most total bases in any single season. So you talk about a guy who set a lot of records on a lot of top 10 lists at MC. And he gives way today to Blaine Krim. Krim is going to go back to the dugout for just a minute as we've got a pause in the action. The home plate umpire getting a little pressure applied to that part of his head where he was hit by the bat of Billy Cameron. Meanwhile, Krim going back to the dugout, getting some congratulations from his teammates.
Teaching underprivileged kids how to play soccer, and you're going to make fun of it? Wow.
Can I play? Are you really? Where at?
I'm over at College Park right next to
Umpire is standing up, by the way. Yeah, I think there must be some blood. They're trying to get it to stop. I tell you what, while we've got a little break in the action here, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and see what else the Choctaws can do here in the 7th inning, leading 11-3. All right, we're back here to Naticksburn Field in Memphis. Pause in the action. The home plate umpire was hit in the forehead by a bat. Billy Cameron fouled the pitch away, let go of the bat, and when he did, the bat hit the umpire in the head. And it looks like they maybe have at least stopped the bleeding, and now the umpire is going to get it all wrapped up. So he is going to get some wrap around that bandage from both Choctaw Athletic trainer Matt Verrett and Christian Brothers, the Christian Brothers trainer as well. And it looks like he'll be good to go. And yeah, he's going to put his mask on, and he says, "I'm ready." So that's a tough fellow there. And getting hit in the head with a bat or a ball or something is just a scary thing. And apparently the trainers were okay with him continuing. I don't know that they could say you can't, but looks like he's ready to go. So we'll get back to action here momentarily. Count is no balls, 2 strikes to Billy Cameron. 1 out. We're in the top of the 7th inning. 2 are in. The Choctaws lead it 11-3. By the way, I've just been told if you're watching this game, the score bug is inoperable today. So just so you know, we're not scoreless. In fact, it's 11-3 Choctaws, and we're in the 7th inning. Try to do a little better job keeping you up to date on the score. No balls, 2 strikes to Billy Cameron, and here we go. Cameron stands in. And Stebbins Johnson looks the runner back at second base, and the pitch. A breaking ball, popped up, foul, back off to the left, out of play. Still 0-2. Billy Cameron had a long fly his last time up, a 2-run home run in the 5th inning. Officially 1 for 3. He's driven in 3 runs in this game. Hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the 2nd. 0-2 pitch again inside, and the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. If the Choctaws can push a couple more runs across here in the 7th inning, then the Bucks would have to score in the bottom of the 7th because it would be a 10-run lead for MC. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Curveball swung on, lifted well to left. Voss coming in, can't get there. Here comes Krim around third. The throw coming home is cut off. And it's a 12-3 ball game on a long single by Billy Cameron. I think Voss was a little fooled on that one. He started back a couple of steps. Wound up having to come in on the baseball, and Krim scores from second. And that makes it a 9-run game. And with 1 out, Chauncey Collier will get a chance to hit.
Left fielder number 12, Chauncey Collier.
So Collier 0 for 3. He struck out twice, but he has been hit by a pitch, that with the bases loaded in the 2nd inning. And the first pitch to Chauncey here is over for strike 1. Chauncey is now the only Choctaw not to score a run in this game. Been a productive afternoon up and down the lineup for MC. Strike 2, 0-2 the count. Runner at first, 1 out, 3 in here in the 7th inning. And the 0-2 pitch to Collier. Breaking ball low and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Elsewhere, Auburn and Montgomery with a 5 spot in the 6th inning to tie Shorter 6-6 in the top of the 6th. A ball and 2 strikes, the pitch. Curve, swing and a miss. Struck him out. First base occupied, no throw necessary. 2 outs here in the 7th inning. And Brandon Broussard will come to the plate. Broussard 2 for 4. He's doubled, he's singled, he's scored a run.
The catcher, number 25, Brandon Broussard.
12-3 Choctaws. We're in the top of the 7th inning. The Choctaws about hit the Buccaneers 9-4. The pitch to Broussard. It misses, and the count is 1 ball, no strikes. In this inning, 3 hits plus an error. 5 errors total in the game charged to the Buccaneers. The pitch. Ripped to left, and Voss stumbles, and he can't get to it. Cameron's going to try to take third. He will make it. Broussard's taking second. He'll make it. That's good. Heads up base running by Brandon Broussard. A hit all the way. A single. Voss slipped a little bit, but one way or the other, I don't think he was getting to the baseball. And Broussard has 3 hits on the afternoon. So second and third for Will Godfrey with 2 outs here in the 7th inning.
Designated hitter number 27, Will Godfrey.
Godfrey has walked twice. He's been hit by a pitch. Officially 0 for 1. He scored a couple of runs. That's going to be a balk. And that makes it a 10-run lead. A balk called against Stebbins Johnson. (13-3) the score. Cameron scores and Broussard goes to third. And the first pitch now to Godfrey gets past the catcher. Here comes Broussard. He'll score, and it's 14-3. That's a wild pitch charged to Stebbins Johnson. So 5-run 7th inning. Now it's provided MC with an 11-run margin. The Buccaneers will now have to score at least 2 runs in the 7th inning. They want to keep this game going. 1-0 pitch to Godfrey. A strike on the outside edge, 1-1. Godfrey's the 8th Choctaw to hit here in the 7th inning. And the pitch. Little tapper, left side past the pitcher. Shortstop Soto will charge, field and throw. Safe at first base. Infield hit for Will Godfrey. It's a good effort by Soto. Nice throw on the run, just a little too late to get Godfrey. And that will bring up Luke Yancey.
Number 7, Luke Yancey.
Yancey's officially 0 for 3. He's reached on an error, been hit by a pitch, and he scored a run. First pitch taken for ball 1, low and in. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch is low, and the count 2 balls and no strikes. Low and away. Big lead off of first. Godfrey has to scamper back to the bag. 3-0 the count to Yancey now. Like there is a little bit of action in the Christian Brothers bullpen. Hard to see a number, but somebody's throwing down there. Stebbins Johnson struggling through this 7th inning. The pitch. Fastball, letter high for a strike, 3-1. Godfrey at first. Here's the pitch. Strike call, 3-2. So Stebbins Johnson of the Bucks looking to get out of the 7th inning right here. They're a strike away. The full count pitch to Yancey. The runner goes, line shot, base hit, right field. Godfrey around second, headed to third, and that ball got past Jones. So here comes Godfrey. He'll score, and Yancey's going to wind up at third base. And it is 15-3. So that will be a single and an error, I believe. Is that what you're going to call it? Single in an E9? Been a tough afternoon for the Bucks with the gloves. It's their 7th error of the
Shortstop
contest.
number 3, Hunter.
And we're
Sykes.
back to where we started this here in the 7th inning. Hunter Sykes, as the Choctaws have hit around for the 2nd time in the game. Strike one, 0-1 the count. Sykes popped out to the first baseman to start this 7th inning. He's hitless, but he's been on base twice and scored a couple of runs. Reached on an error, reached on a sacrifice and an error. One ball, one strike the count. And the pitch. A little bit away in the count, 2-1. 6 runs here in the 7th inning for MC to break it open. The delivery. Foul back to the screen. 2-2. Well, the Bucks are going to have to score some runs in the 7th to keep this game going. But they have shown this season that they can bounce back and get a win in a tough series. Done it a few times, so they'll be ready to go tomorrow. Curveball, base hit, left field. Yancey scores. Sykes keeps the hit parade going. It's a Casey Kasem kind of inning where the hits just keep on coming. RBI single for Hunter Sykes. 7 on the board in the 7th for MC. 16-3, and I think that's going to be it for Stebbins Johnson. So we've got a pitching change for the Buccaneers. We'll take a timeout, and we'll come back to tell you about the new Buccaneers pitcher in a moment. The new pitcher for Christian Brothers is number 21, Jacob Barney, 6 feet 6 inches tall, a left-hander, sophomore from Lakeland, Florida. We've been there. Jacob Barney on this season, no wins or losses, ERA a little over 15. This will be his 4th appearance, 2 1/3 innings, previous 7 walks, 3 strikeouts. So he'll get a chance just to get some mop-up action here. 16-3, the Choctaws have the lead. During the timeout, the home plate umpire getting a little more ice on that forehead where he was hit with the bat. So just a little pause before we get back in the action here, and Dylan Duplessis will come to the plate for the 2nd time this inning, a 7-run 7th inning for MC. By the way, Kyle Lewis tells us that Blaine Krim, who now leads the Choctaws in career base hits with 229, is 2 doubles shy of the Choctaws double record. She's got 49 of them. David Smith Played from 1989 to 1992. Has that record with 50. And Blaine's record-breaking hit here in this inning was a double, an opposite field double off the wall and right. He almost got a home run out of the deal on the record-breaking hit. Came up just short, but he got a run batted in of the two-base hit. Well, in contrast to the innings early in the game, Choctaws runs in the 5th and again here in the 7th have been earned runs. In this inning alone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 base hits to go along with three errors. The umpire is getting a little more attention, another wrap around that spot on his head. There must still be some bleeding there. Kind of done a little more work to it than I'm sure they thought would be necessary. It's not a good sign. Hope that fellow's able to get checked out after this game. Meanwhile, Jacob Barney's going to get a few extra warm-up tosses here. Stebbins Johnson's day is finished. So he goes 2 2/3 of an inning, 8 hits, 9 runs, 6 earned. He's responsible for the runner at first. Walked 1 and struck out 1. All right, the umpire's ready to go, and we're ready to go, and Dylan Dupleshain is ready to go. Jacob Barney will be the pitcher for the Buccaneers.
Dylan Dupleshain.
Well, Dupleshain has been on base 3 times, a single. He's reached twice on an error. One of those errors, catcher's interference. There's officially 1 for 5. First pitch swinging, fouled away off to the right. 0-1 the count. Runner at first is Hunter Sykes. 4 straight 2-out hits here in this inning for the Choctaws. Low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. But the runs that have scored in this inning have not all come in on base hits. The 1-1 pitch. Low and in. 2-1. Ball got away, and down to second base goes Sykes on a wild pitch. Two runs in this inning have scored on errors, and 1 on a wild pitch and 1 on a balk. The 2-1 to Dupleshain. Foul back to the backstop, 2-2. Lady Choctaw softball team leading Christian Brothers 2-0 after 1. Another one in the dirt. Good stop there by Weavers. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Barber due up next. (16-3) Choctaws here in this 7th inning. The pitch that is low. That's ball 4. So Dupleshain takes first base. Sykes at second, and here's Barber. He singled earlier this inning, 1 for 5 of the afternoon.
Second baseman number 2, Grant Barber.
They moved to the top of the 7th inning in Rome, Georgia. Auburn Montgomery and the Shorter Hawks tied at 6. First pitch to Barber's over for a strike, 0-1. West Alabama and Alabama Huntsville set to get underway in about half an hour, and then Union hosting West Florida tonight. 1 strike, the count to Barber. little bit low, and the count 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Krim in the on-deck circle for the Choctaws. Barber is the 12th Choctaw to bat here in the 7th inning. The pitch. Little tapper to the left side. Soto up with it to second for the force, and the inning is over. So a nice inning for the Choctaws, to say the least. They score 7 times on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. And we'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and now the Bucks need to score at least 4 to keep this game going. It's Mississippi College 16, Christian Brothers 3.
If I ever took a loss, I learned a lesson. I won't ever think I'm better than the next man. I've been down before the come up, I ain't stressing. Baby, I'm too busy counting all these blessings. Count it up. Line 'em up. Swear the sun shining on me, get my heart up, no matter the trouble surrounding us. They don't see that it's a lot of us. Everybody moving anonymous. Don't take that credit, I know what we get it. Them blessings be coming from out of us. I was doing all kind of bad, what quiet. Tell the money to verse. Hit the puberty, tell Gotti first. Hit the studio, the body of verse. I remember pushing mama Lil Wayne hard day with no gas money. I just bought a car, cash money. I ain't even trying to brag on it. I just tell it how it really is. I ain't tripping, ain't feeling this. I ain't saying I deserve nothing. I'm just trying to talk about the benefits. I've been punching in the clock, trying to keep the kitchen stocked. Man, it's a blessing cause we ain't never had a lot. But all we need is all we got. If I ever took a loss, I learned a lesson. I won't ever think I'm better than the next man. I've been down before.
Well, Choctaw starter Chris Crosby has been on the bench for quite a while as his team blew it open in the 7th inning with a 7-run 7th. They now lead it 16-3.
Center fielder.
It'll be Goodwin,
number 4,
Weavers, and Hubbard.
Jeff
The hitters due up at the bottom of the
Goodwin.
7th for Christian Brothers. Crosby has retired 7 in a row. And Goodwin 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts leads off the inning. First pitch swinging, fly ball to center field. Yancey on his way back makes the catch for out number 1. So 1 away in the 7th. Crosby in line for his 5th win if he can get him out here in the 7th inning. Gil Irwin, the pitcher of record for the Buccaneers.
The catcher, number 7, Luke Weavers.
Luke Weavers, who's had a good day at the plate. He's 2 for 2, a pair of singles. He drove in 2 with a base hit of the 4th. Fouled away, 1 strike the count. The Choctaws got 4 runs in the 2nd inning on only 2 base hits. They added 3 more in the 3rd on a big 2-run double by Blaine Krim. Strike call, 0-2. The Bucks got their first run in the 3rd inning. An RBI single by Keegan Voss. And then 2 more in the bottom of the 4th on a 2-run single by the man at the plate, Weavers, who's now behind 0-2. Crosby looking in, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 2 outs here in the 7th. Billy Cameron with a 2-run home run in the 5th. And then the Choctaws break it open with 7 in the 7th that included